All right. Didn't we just see each other? I think we did. I feel like it at least. But coming off last night's game, today is an off day for us. We'll have a one-day prep for Southern. But they're playing right now, as a matter of fact. They're playing at Marquette at noon. And so, I think we'll have the advantage of legs, the advantage of home court. There's a team that really goes out and plays an unbelievable schedule to begin the year. They play Texas A&M. They're going from here to Iowa State to, Marquette is playing right now. So they really challenge themselves. And it should be a good game for us. I'm glad that we have a day off today. And then, of course, we play Drake on Sunday. And then we leave for Cancun on Monday to play USC in Seton Hall. So it's we're going now. We're moving.
Looking ahead a little bit, could be going for 800 on Sunday. Just your thoughts about that, reflections, all that.
Yeah, gosh, I forgot about it until last night. I got home. My cousin reminded me of that, ironically, against Drake, possibly, we have to win both those games, in order for that to happen. And so that's kind of, putting the cart in front of the horse a little bit, right? When it does happen, it's going to happen, right, this year. So when it does happen, it's just one of those times that you always, just step back and are so thankful. You're thankful for the people that you've been able to be around. When I think of Jan Jensen and Jenny Fitzgerald have been part of, oh my gosh, how many of these victories, and all the kids that you've gotten the opportunity to coach, and you just don't accomplish these things without really an administration that supports you too. So I'm very, very thankful. That's the only way that I can explain it. And, for my husband and my family to give up so much of their time. And this has been a big part of our lives. All of us, my whole entire family.
Last week you had 3 games in 6 days, so it's kind of go, go, go. This week you have you played yesterday, now you have 1 game until next Sunday. Is this week are you able to step back a little bit and kind of evaluate your first week more than you were able to last week?
I think that's a good thought. We definitely, we watched the film on the way home last night. Now, after I leave here, I'm going to go start prepping for Southern and watch some of that game and prep for that. And but then it'll be nice to have, we'll take Thursday off. And so 2 days off this week is kind of a luxury this time of year, and we're glad to have that. So it'll be good for us to have full legs for that Drake game, and then, going into Cancun. So I think it does give us a chance to maybe work on some things that we need to work on, as well as prep for that next game.
Back on the 800 thing, you do the math in your head, is 1,000 a possibility?
Oh, God willing, right? I just don't have any idea. I really don't. It's not, honestly, when I signed at Iowa 21 years ago, I got a 5-year contract, and I said, oh, I get 5 years. And I was just like, that seemed like an eternity. So, you never know with health and all those type of things what your future holds. And so.
What have you seen from Addison O'Grady in these first 3 games?
Let's see. Well, I think she's gone in and done some good things. I think she still needs to be comfortable with the offense. Sometimes I think that she doesn't know what to do but shoot, and she's a very good shooter, but I think she also has to understand how to work within the offense a little bit better. I wish we would have got her some more reps yesterday. I think she needed to get some more reps, but hopefully on Wednesday she'll be able to get that. And so I just need her to feel really, really comfortable coming into the game. And I think Logan's doing a really good job coming in at the 4 and the 5 for us right now. And as a senior, Logan just has the advantage of experience, and she just really knows what to do in those situations, especially when you're playing on the road in an in-state rivalry. The emotions are a little bit higher.
How important are these first non-conference games to get people like Addison and your other freshmen comfortable?
They're very important, and they played significant minutes in the last two games, not as much yesterday, but in the first two games, and I look for them to play significant minutes again on Wednesday. So I think it's very important if we want to have them, in January, we've got to bring them along now.
You talk about emotions of the in-state games, and obviously there was a lot of that, especially late yesterday. How much talking goes on between a bench and players on court? I mean, is that okay?
I don't think so. I don't think there is a lot. I mean, I talk to my own players a lot. I mean, and I think that's totally acceptable. I don't think our game has a place for coaches to talk to opposing teams. I don't think it does.
Does that happen a lot? I mean, do you hear your players all
Not really.
Uh-huh.
Not a whole lot. There are certain coaches that you hear about that do that, but I mean, it's not talked about a lot.
You guys lost to UNI at their place in 2019. There was a good portion of this team that was there for that game. Was it kind of a confidence booster for not only the whole team, but for them specifically to kind of go get that revenge last night?
Yeah, I mean, it was. It's kind of like a little bit of a payback, right? You're embarrassed. I mean, you don't want to lose any game, and it wasn't that we're embarrassed because we lost to UNI, because UNI is a good team. It was the manner in what we lost 2 years ago. We did not play well at all. UNI played very well. So we wanted to redeem ourselves a little bit. But also, we're still, Caitlin and those guys, they didn't play in that game 2 years ago. This was the first time she'd played on the road in front of fans, which is really interesting when you think about that.
How do you think she handled that?
I think she handled it pretty well. I mean, there's a lot of emotions, and Caitlin is a highly competitive individual, and that's what makes her great. If she wasn't emotional and competitive, she wouldn't be half the player she is. So I would never want to tame that. I would not want to do that one bit. So she'll mature and grow, learn how to handle situations, in the future. But I mean, I'll have her back till the day I am done doing this.
How do you think you're going to bring the momentum from UNI into this week, especially with Drake coming up?
Bring the momentum. We want to play. It's just fun to play, right? I mean, it's fun to get out there. I mean, you work so darn hard all of summer, and it's now is the time where players just get to enjoy the fruits of their labor. And I'm so glad that the momentum, we just got to keep building on it, right? We're 3-0. We want to keep building on it. We want to be 4-0 and 5-0 and 6-0 and 7-0. I mean, that's the goal. And so that momentum, we got to keep riding it into the next game.
A lot's been made of your, of the defense last year, and the sample size is getting a little larger now. You're 3 games in, you're allowing 55 a game. I mean, are you tickled with that?
Tickled, that's a new word. I'm happy with the way it is now. Do we need to continue to focus on it? Yes. I don't think we can let down 1 minute on it. I think we have to keep working on it and keep improving and identifying areas that we can get better, because I think the minute we let up on it and we're satisfied is when we're going to start sliding backwards. And so we're gonna keep stressing it for sure. And again, we know that it's going to get more and more difficult as this goes on.
Anything else?
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Addie, how'd you like your first experience on the road?
It was really fun getting to go out to dinner and just travel with the team and have fun with everyone.
Where'd you guys eat?
Montage?
Montage, yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
Pretty fancy. Got a nice steak, potatoes, crab cake, shrimp cocktail. Addie was eating good.
I asked Coach Bluter about, you guys played 3 games in 6 days last week, and now you only have 2 games in the next 7 days. Do you guys kind of get to step back and kind of evaluate your guys' game rather than kind of just moving on to the next opponent like last week?
Yeah, I think for sure. I think especially having an off day is super nice for us to just kind of regroup after a long week. Not having an off day and playing 3 games in 6 days is kind of a lot, but I think that's something you have to get used to, especially we're about to go to Cancun and play back-to-back days. So, I mean, you don't really have much time to prep. So I think it really gets us ready for that. But yeah, I definitely can take a step back and evaluate how the week went, watch more film rather than like having to focus on the next game that came pretty fast.
Caitlin, through high school, through club, through college now, how much talk do you hear from opposing benches? I mean, was what you heard yesterday, was that rare or is that common?
Yeah, I mean, I think no matter what, I'm a super emotional player every time I step on the floor, and I honestly think that makes me who I am. I've always played that way. I don't think it was anything out of the ordinary. Like, I mean, I'm always talking to my team. I'm hyping them up. I'm talking to myself. I think that's just always how I've played, and I think if anybody watched me in high school or growing up, they know like I'm a competitive person, and anytime I step on that floor, I'm going to do anything my team needs me to do to win, and yeah.
For Addie, how do you think you're adjusting to college basketball in your first 3 games?
I think I've been doing pretty good. I mean, all the girls have really helped me like get and just improve my game, and then Coach Jay's really helped me like in the post and like just getting off quicker shots and being more confident in my game.
How are you learning from Monica and even Logan for the first couple weeks of the season?
Yeah, definitely. Monica especially is just, she's so good. And playing against her on defense and then getting to go, playing against her on defense it's a challenge, but I think it's making me better.
What is it about Coach Jensen that, you know, she's kind of a post whisperer?
Yeah.
You know, what about her, what is there about her that really kind of makes posts develop so well?
I'd say like she really just demands like, not perfection, but almost like, if we miss a shot, she can be like, okay, that's fine. You just need to get more reps in. Like, she wants us to shoot a really high percentage, and I think the post players that have come through her system really have. So it's something I'm working on too.
Anything else? What's it going to be like playing Drake this weekend?
Yeah.
Another state thing.
Yeah, obviously we got Southern first, so we'll be focused on them, especially all day in practice tomorrow. And I mean, every time you step on the floor, you got to focus on the game that's in front of you. But we should take care of business there. And then obviously those in-state rivalries just have another something to them. So Drake always gives us a good game. I'm super excited. They have quite a bit of talent coming back. I think most their starting 5 is back from last year when we played them. And honestly, they were beating us the entire game until that fourth quarter. So. We definitely know we'll have to be locked in and ready to go, but it'll be nice to be in Carver in front of everybody for that game.
Yesterday night, it actually looked like there was a really good group of Iowa fans there. Did that help you guys a lot with the fact that it was kind of, especially for both of you, it was your first like road game in front of fans? There was a big Iowa group. Did that help you guys?
Yeah, I totally agree. I actually said that before the game. I felt like there was a lot of Hawk fans there. I'm not sure how many there were, but it almost felt like it was 50-50 for us, and it didn't really feel like it was just a whole crowd against us. I felt like there was quite a bit of people cheering for us, which is just a testament to them and how well they travel and support women's basketball. And that's definitely one of the reasons I came here, and I know Addie as well. Like, we want to play in front of fans and people that are passionate about the game. So it was really awesome to see and have that.
You guys win Wednesday. Bluter will be going for 800 on Sunday. Just, you know, how do you wrap your heads around 800 wins?
You can't really, because I mean, there's so much you can say about Coach Bluter, but I don't think she gets all the attention and recognition that she deserves. I mean, I'm super lucky to play for her, and I mean, 800 wins, that's top 15, will be top 15 all time. I think she's actually 14th right now. I mean, that's incredible, and to do it against Drake is kind of funny because that's where she coached before this, but as you said, we have to take care of Southern first, and I mean, she deserves it. I mean, I'm just super lucky to play for her and learn from somebody that's been around the game for so long. I mean, it's amazing, yeah.
Have you been scoreboard watching at all? I mean, it looks like there's a lot of parity out there. I mean, Stanford's gotten beat, Louisville's gotten beat, you know, South Carolina beat NC State. Have you been paying attention to that at all? Or?
Yeah, we had ESPN on the bus on the way home, so I did see some of those scores. And, you know, honestly, I'm one of those people that always just has basketball on, even if it's men's or women's, NBA, whatever. So, I mean, I just like watching the game, and I think that is good for our game. You want to see those upsets, but at the same time, it's early in the year. A lot of those teams are playing their first game, so there's a lot of things that will change by the end of the year. Like, things just aren't flowing as well. You don't have as much in. So it's hard to tell, but as I said, you want that parity for the game, and that's just really good. You want that excitement, those upsets, and I think you even saw more of that last year. So, I mean, hopefully it just keeps coming into this year.
Does it give you kind of a little bit more focus on the going into each game, knowing that there are other teams that are, getting upset in some games, kind of knowing that that can happen any night?
Yeah, I think especially for us. I think even with the in-state rivalry games like UNI and Drake, when they're not ranked teams, they're not Power Fives, but any given night, if they shoot the ball really well, they can give us a really good challenge, and I think they've learned that in the past. We've learned that in the past. Like, you got to be prepared every time you step on the floor. So, I don't think we take any team lightly, no matter who we're playing, and we always focus on just going 1-0 every single time we step on the floor. We don't worry about what's ahead or what happened in the past, just the present.
How much do you pay attention to the ranking? Like, you moved up from number 9 to number 8 today. Like, how much do you pay attention to that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're aware of it, but I think at the same time we're deserving of that. But at the same, it's a number. It doesn't really matter all that much. You have to prove that on the floor. And as I said, it's early in the year. A lot can change. And we play a tough non-conference schedule, especially moving forward. We go to Cancun, then we travel twice. So to Duke and Iowa State, which will both be challenging games. And then obviously the Big Ten doesn't get much easier. So those are the situations you want to be in, though. But at the end of the day, it only matters how you play in March. You just got to prepare for that. And really the number next to your name doesn't matter too much.
Not looking past Wednesday as your only media availability before Saturday. This will be your first weekend home game in Carver Hawkeye Arena. Statistically, there's higher numbers of attendance on a Saturday. What are you expecting to see out of that, running out of the tunnel on Saturday?
A sold-out crowd? Are you kidding me? Why not? I mean, Coach Blitter's going for her 800th win. I mean, if anything, just for her, because I think she deserves that. I mean, what she's done not only for this program, but just even women's sports in general, I think, even building us up as young females, just, I mean, she makes great people. She makes Hawks great people, and I think at the end of the day, she deserves all the recognition that she is going to get. And, we're just going to go out there and try to win the game for her because that's what she deserves. And, Drake's going to give us a good test no matter what. Their offense is pretty good. Obviously, they have a new coach, but a lot of the same girls back, and they know that system really well, so we'll be prepared for sure.
Addie, what about Bluter or the staff or whatever really kind of sold you in the recruiting process?
Really just how, the community of Iowa and just, I don't know, all the coaches were super nice and really, straightforward, honest people, and I don't know, they just created such a good culture for the team that I was really just drawn to them.
Anything else? You're good. Thanks, guys.
Perfect. Thanks, guys.